Yo, you already know what it is. It's Double SG, Sentai Gold, JSG. I'm in the building. I'm in here with DJ Free State.
You're in the building.
I'm in here with Rock the Anbu.
One.
I'm in here with Shola.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? We are the company. This is episode 2. A long time coming, but we here. Y'all got anything to say while we at this intro right now?
Oh, yo, you already know, man. We keeping it slick. We keeping it wavy, bro. You know we up next. We already doing this, man. We already about to take over the whole 585, bro.
That's what's up. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? We are the company and we are on air. So it's been a while.
Yo, we can talk about it. I
Right.
mean, we can talk about our personal lives on here, bro.
Right.
Basically, man, last week was just so crazy. It was a disaster. We tried recording episode 2, and we tried to add some of the other characters in our gang. We tried to add Chef Ape. We tried to add Don Dom. You know, Ray was in the cut.
Ray was in the cut. Shouts out, Ray was in the cut.
Shouts out to Ray. But honestly, just the addition of them was actually the catalyst for our downfall.
Right, it was a disaster.
They like came in and then halfway through they lost energy, but they were still here, so they were distracting
playing
us.
with a Rubik's Cube, and the microphone was picking that up, so I had to yell at him while recording.
Oh my gosh, so many times. That nigga has 80.
The light, yeah, he was playing with the light. He was lighting shit on fire.
Lighting the bottle.
He was all type of shit, man. It was chaos.
Oh man, we and not to incriminate ourselves, but we were heavily intoxicated.
That is 100% true. Everybody in this room was intoxicated, including Rock. I just wanted to. I just knew that you because you had a face on that like you were about to deny it or something.
Nah,
but you're in this.
Go ahead, expose me.
and you're not supposed to be chewing gum while we're recording.
And Noah came through and had some interesting points, but
Noah did have interesting points.
When you reiterate the same point 3-4 times in a row, and we end up talking about the same topic for, you know, upwards of 40 minutes, and we just been saying the same thing for 20, that's when we know that, you know, things have to change. So, I mean, now we're here. And we're gonna try and blaze through this, even though it's not gonna work, because Sentai loves to talk.
Nah, I mean, we got a lot of topics because a lot has gone on. Last week when we recorded, it wasn't that much to talk about anyway.
And then literally the day after, we got
started happening.
Literally, we got like 2-3 topics to talk about literally within 2 days.
Right. So,
but first things first, can we have a rest in peace for Matt?
100%. Rest in peace to Mac Miller, man.
I mean, I want to bring him up later to really expand upon like my feelings on it, but we can do a rest in peace before, like a moment of silence before we really get into the topics, man.
Okay, moment of silence for the life of Mac Miller. So, like you said, we're gonna revisit that because that's something that we feel definitely we should be talking about.
Oh, for sure. But let's start off with the first topic at hand and what the majority of last week's podcast was about, and that is this man Eminem here. Right. Now, I think everyone here has at least heard a couple tracks off the album, right?
Yes.
I've heard it most of the times.
And okay, so here's how I feel about it, right? I definitely think that, and this is my opinion, I feel like the album itself was a step up from Revival. That was his last album.
That was the last one.
But to me, it's like a little too late, and I feel like it's almost still wasn't executed like how the people wanted it. Because yes, he's doing more rapping on it, and he's going at like the beats like more aggressively. He's not choosing as many Kid Rock, you know, guitar barnyard type beats, but like the angle that he approaches this album at is like so bitter and angry at all the people who had the backlash toward Revival that this album feels kind of bitter. So it's like he's doing like a lot of rappy rap on it, which I kind of like, but it's also not kind of gelling with me. And then on top of that, you get like there's like a bitter angle that he's coming at this album from. So like that to me just turned me off like a lot from the album. So for me, like I don't think Eminem should stop making music, but he has said himself that with each record he feels like it's harder to like find a topic or like find a concept. And I feel like that is like very clear because these newer records feel more like rapidy rap, like it's almost overly technical, if that makes sense. And in the technicality, he sort of loses like the humor, the wit, and just the overall like good vibe that a lot of early Eminem albums have. That to me is just kind of lacking. I don't know. You like the album?
I feel like a lot of the reception I was watching people have was mostly like, man, this shit's trash. But that's not how I felt about it when I first heard it. You know what I'm saying? I listened to it on the way to work and a little bit on the way back. And I was just, you know what I'm saying? I was vibing. Sonically, I was vibing with it way more than I have with M in a long time. It's been a long time since I could like enjoy the sounds. You know what I'm saying? The music. You know what I'm saying? Like, give him his credit where it's due as far as his rap skills. Nobody's ever going to deny he's a great rapper, but as far as the music goes, this is the first time where I'd be like, I want to hear this song all the way through in a while. But I do know what you mean because it's also like old M is gone. Old M is just he's gone. You know what I'm saying? And it's just I don't think we'll ever get. You know how we. For a while, we were like, damn, old Kanye is dead. Like, I miss the old Kanye. Kanye missed the old Kanye. But you can still feel the old Kanye in some tracks here and there. You know, it's still inspired. You know what I'm saying? The same stuff that used to inspire him still inspires him today. And for me, sometimes it feels like I don't know what inspires M anymore. Or I don't know what, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
almost M doesn't know.
Right. It's like he doesn't really know what inspires him anymore. I like the angle of the album as in a way to like talk about and like be honest about how he feels about his last few albums and acknowledging that they weren't his best work. It's not his best moment, but it's just more of it's a weird twist to it where it kind of feels like he's actually just jumping on the train of like, I'm gonna just talk shit about what I consider what he would consider mumble rappers and do the rapidy rap stuff because I know that there's a market for it. So I'm gonna just talk shit about them just to kind of get back in the good graces of fans. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But then at the same time, the fans of that type of shit, that the Tech Nine, the lyrical, spiritual, you know what I'm saying? They were already still listening to him.
Right.
So it's like you don't even have to do that. M is the last person who needs to jump on any type of bandwagon. He doesn't need to jump on any type of hate train. M can just be M and just rap and be good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't really, you know what I'm saying? This album, it's good that you're acknowledging what's been going on with your music, but you don't have to jump on any type of hate train to stay relevant.
No, I mean, and that's sort of how I felt about some of these beats too, to be honest. Like, I felt like, my honest opinion is that like some of the songs had good lyricism on it, but it was really cringy for me to hear M over some of these like Tay Keith type trap beats, and then him being like, I don't give a fuck about the mumble rappers, rapper. You know, I was just like, bro, you don't have to do that. Yeah,
I didn't hate the production. Most of the hooks were very skippable for me, but I didn't hate the production.
I just thought like, I guess they were okay, but I felt like M just could have chosen like some more interesting beats. Like, here's the thing, bro. Nowadays, the way producers make beats, you will almost think that every beat was a trap beat, like in the way that the drums sound.
Yeah.
But like, if you listen to like a JID album, or if you listen to like the new Kendrick album, right? Damn.
Yeah.
Those beats are not quote unquote trap beats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could still make a beat that sounds modern and that still like is like trunk knocking, but that in a way that you're not like trying to ride the trend of like, you know, biting like Memphis rap, you know what I'm saying? Or like trying to do like the twittering hi-hats. Like, you don't have to do that to make good production and then to like flow over that in like an interesting way.
I mean, some people would argue that was the point, though. Some people would say that was like the statement he was trying to make.
But I think the execution was off because he was sort of clouded by his own judgment, to be honest. That's how I feel.
Okay. I mean, Rock, you like the album. You listened to it several times. Are you still listening to it?
No, I'm not still listening to it.
Okay, you're not still. Point it up a little bit. So you're not still listening to it, but, okay, let's try this. Say 3 nice things. Because I know you have 3 nice things about it that you like, and then say 3 mean things about it.
I felt the album was too short. I'll start with mean.
Okay, start with mean.
I feel like it was too short. I feel like he dissed way too many people. Like, he dissed MGK, Joe Budden, a lot of Drake. And it's like,
Yachty.
especially, well, a lot of the mumble rappers, mumble in quotes.
Right.
And it's weird because him and Drake seemed cool for a while.
Yeah.
And wasn't, no, they didn't have a verse together recently. But even so, they were together and was cool. And then all of a sudden this came on. We're like, whoa, there's beef?
Right.
I guess that's only 2 bad things. But good things, the first 3 songs are fire. I mean, I feel like it goes down. I didn't really like the skits.
Actually,
that's one of the bad things.
Definitely.
I don't like the skits.
I think the first 3 songs definitely, I think most of the energy of the album was in that.
Yeah.
Because when I got off of work and I was playing the rest of it, I was like, all right, I'm going to listen to something else. Like, I'm not.
I went back to the first 3 again.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, these hit.
And outside of the Joyner Lucas joint, they work well together, I think. But that was like track 3 or 4?
3. Okay. Joyner Lucas was 3. And I'm really glad that he had Joyner Lucas on there because I didn't expect it.
He's the king of the rapidy raps.
I felt like he was going to just have his older lyrical miracle people that you say, like Tech Nine and Royce the 5'9", Slaughterhouse people. But when I saw Joyner Lucas, I was like, oh, okay, he got the new kid on there. That's what's up. Because I believe Joyner Lucas is going to become like the next M, but in a different way. Like he got the skills, but he's more fun with it. Like, but I guess that's how M was when he was younger.
Yeah, that's how M started.
Yeah,
it's like that's why it's so weird to see M. It's like, are you even having fun right now, or like, are you trying really hard to have fun with this?
That's the thing.
Because you're not nearly as. I feel like some artists they get more creative, and some artists get less creative. So I'm looking at Tyler the Creator, who was like. He was doing some completely out of the box shit.
I feel like he has even more to come.
Right. He does some completely out of the box shit, and then he creates an aesthetic, you know what I'm saying, with the whole wolf and everything. And you look at him now, everything between Cherry Bomb, you know what I'm saying, and Flower Boy, he has a totally different aesthetic, really. But it still fits under the under golf and everything that he's created now. And it's like he gets more and more creative. He gets more and more different, but it's still him, you know? And it's like some artists go the opposite direction. It's like when you first came out, that shit was inspiring. That shit was different. That shit was wild. You know what I'm saying?
Nicki.
Like Nicki. And then over time, it was like you just making what people want you to make. You know what I'm saying? Like you just making what you know was going to be top 10.
I think an unspoken aspect to art in general is like when you first start making music, like you have like a certain angle, like you have things that inspire you, things that you want to like create, like, and also you have like an overall message of like who you are as a person and what you want to say to the world.
Right.
And then like once you get that out, like let's say you had like a real project that you released like that mixtape, you release another mixtape, you do a couple videos, blah blah blah. Once people pretty much understand who you are, it's like sort of up to you to then like embellish on that, like and like advance that same concept or to come up with a new concept.
Right.
And I feel like some artists honestly just don't have that type of creativity to be able to say like, this week I'm this, I'm over that, now I'm on to the new thing. And I think that's fine. Like I think there's nothing wrong with being Andre 3000 and saying, you know what, 5 albums or however many, that's enough for me. I said what I needed to say.
Right.
And now I'm just gonna, make music for me in my basement and then, share it to like my aunt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that's like a lot of people would want to go the opposite route and say because when Andre was like, actually when he came out with his GQ interview and he was saying like he was completely retired, everyone was trying to say like, Andre, you know, that's crazy, like how could you retire, look at Jay-Z, blah blah. But I think now that we're looking at, you know, Nicki and M and like other artists who are sort of like aging, you can sort of look at Andre 3000 and be like, you know what, you can keep your legacy fine by doing what Andre's done. Yeah. Dropping features that are fire. That nice. People remind you that this nigga is the GOAT and they keep wanting more from you.
Right.
But you could also be mature enough in your artistry to know that, you know what, I might not have anything significant to say right now.
Right. But like literally like you, like I was saying, you know, what was it? The Batman quote where it's just like, you know what I'm saying, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. You know what I'm saying? And it's different. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's literally like, quit while you're ahead. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or keep going. Who knows how long you could go? Who knows? Because Jay-Z's talked about retiring before. You know what I'm saying?
So has Lil Wayne.
So is Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mixed bag, but
I just think that for me, like, and M has admitted it. It was the other thing is like, if you don't feel inspired, you shouldn't try to like link with your team and do some elaborate rollout just to put out like some pop garbage, which is literally what M did. Like, he literally wasn't inspired. He wanted to make music, but he didn't have anything to say.
Right.
And so this album is like the same thing. Like, he still wants to make music, but he doesn't really have anything to say. So he's just going to talk about the fact that the last album, he didn't have anything to talk about, if that makes sense. but moving on, I want to
circle of irony
really, really quickly. I want to address like the shots that he took on the album. Like, okay, so he dissed MGK, he dissed Tyler the Creator, Yachty, etc. Do you think, like, what do you think of the whole Tyler the Creator shot? Because for me, I thought that was like odd that he did that because, well, I guess he was sort of mad that Tyler the Creator was like saying like how garbage his new music was. But at the same time, like, Tyler the Creator is a longtime fan of Eminem. So when you have like your longtime fan being like, hey, this is not it, I feel like it's kind of like odd to just be like, well, that's why you're the F word anyway, you know?
Yeah, it's like,
it just seems strange.
I think he spent a lot of time on the album dissing the wrong people, because I'm like, first of all, to me, if you diss what you would call mumble rappers, it's an automatic L. Why are you dissing people who are not even in your lane and don't even care enough to? They're not gonna spit back. They're not gonna do a lyrical response back to you. That's not the type of music they make. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like if I play golf, I'm not gonna walk up to the nearest batter for the Yankees and just be like, you're trash at golf. He doesn't play golf, nigga. Like, it's not, you're not playing, you both swing, but he's not playing golf. Why even mention him?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a weird, like, it's like talking shit to a kid for being a kid. It's like he's a kid. Like, he's not doing the type of shit you're doing. Congratulations, you're an adult who does adult things, and he's a kid who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But and I don't even want to put it that way, because I don't want to make it seem like a certain style of music is even less than or younger or less mature. It's just, the truth is,
it's just apples and oranges.
It's like, what are you doing? Why even mention people who, you know what I'm saying? J. Cole was mentioning people who were talking about himself specifically. You know what I'm saying? Don't just come out of here and just be like, yo, all you niggas who make music that I don't approve of are whack.
Exactly.
Okay, like,
that's what you sound.
Like, they have their own, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a damn. Like, I don't want to hear an album about how you don't like their music. Make your music. I want to hear your music right now, because I like all y'all.
He didn't say that he didn't like it. He just said it wasn't for him.
Right, which is fine. But to specifically call out people, it's just like, for what? They're not
the people who took shots at him. Like, MGK talked about his daughter.
But he literally mentioned,
he did call people who took shots at him.
He name dropped Yachty though.
And then
he literally has like a bar
and Yachty
on the
is
album.
like the weird scapegoat for mumble rap, and it's like,
but the thing is, that's almost tired at this point.
Like, yeah, it's so tired. I'm like, yo, if you had said that even last year, but it's like Yachty's not even that active musically.
Right. I mean,
we get an album, you know what I'm saying, but we don't even get as much. We don't get as much Yachty as we do anybody else right now.
Really, I mean, Yachty, he keeps himself low key, and he's kind of, in a way, I feel like Yachty's proven himself to be a solid artist. And now, especially with the fact that he's like with Amigos and Lil Boat too, like he's actually changed up his flow a little bit. He's actually gotten a little more advanced with his music.
Shouts out Yachty, man. Shouts out Yachty. Shouts out Nautica, man.
I fucks with Yachty. I like what he does with Nautica. And he did what did Yachty do recently? He did a jingle for Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, I heard about that, but I haven't heard it yet. But I heard it's hard, so I gotta look at that.
That shit was hard.
But also, when it comes to disses and stuff, that was the other ironic thing about Kamikaze as a project. It was weird where he had songs where he'd explain how D12 not being successful was his fault, but would also go out of his way to diss Joe Budden.
Exactly.
It's like that's a little ironic there, especially because you seen Joe Budden. What Joe Budden said, and Joe Budden had went on his podcast and said, "I've been better than you for the last decade. You've had nothing to say for the last decade. You've rhymed a lot of words, but you haven't said anything in 10 years." I can't disagree with that. I can't bring myself to disagree with that. I can't. Everything I've heard from Joe in the past 10 years. Compared to everything I've heard from M in the past 10 years. And I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Rap God, the song Rap God, this is why I love MGK's diss so much, because I don't really want to get to that. Just, it don't have to be, it can be quick. The song Rap God is a very clear representation. It's exhibit A, B, and C of what Joe is talking about. Because that song is about nothing but rhyming words. Okay, that song is about nothing, and that was his biggest song the year it came out. And literally, he rocked with that, and kids love. You know what I'm saying? Little white boys who love that rippity rappity, trying to learn every word to a song about nothing, but it's so many words that it's like, this is rap, this is real rap. I'm like, bro, this is just a lot of words, my guy. It doesn't mean, this song doesn't mean anything. This song is about nothing. True. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not knocking that. I'm not even mad about that. Everybody has a song about nothing here and there. Everybody has a song about something stupid here and there. But that song really shows where his headspace and where his music has been at for the past 10 years. And it shows where that fan base, what they expect and what they want. They don't really want content. They don't. You know what I'm saying? They want rhyme scheme, and they want it fast. They want as many bars, they want as many rhymes within a bar as possible. They want, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's
right. I mean, in that like whole like super lyrical, like Jedi mind tricks, like people who are like really into that backpack rap,
right?
You know, people who like we see at the, you know, in the basement of Tapas, like, you know, with the backpacks on, literally. Like those types of niggas, like, they're gonna listen to the same type of stuff. But when you are talking about like trying to appeal to like a wider audience, like, they're gonna want, you know, some actual content. And this goes back to a conversation that we were having before we started the podcast, which was like, what is lyricism in hip hop?
Right.
And like, that's a conversation really for another time. But like, when you start to really like dissect different types of lyricism in the game, then you could sort of see like how in one sense Eminem is the GOAT, but like he also has kryptonite.
Right. Yeah. No, I can see that. I mean, lyricism.
And I think MGK sort of exposes kryptonite.
That's why, and that's what I want to get to. That's why, even though I think Rap Devil, it sounds corny, it's such a perfect name, because he exposes the weakness in Eminem's style, or recent style. Because like I said, when M came out, it wasn't what it was. When M came out, he could tell a story, you know what I'm saying, and he could do it flawlessly, better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? He could tell a story from multiple point of views, you know what I'm saying, in one song. His song could be 5 to 10 minutes and nobody would complain, you know what I'm saying? But Rap Devil literally exposes that. It was like just with simple lines. That's still lyricism to me. Whether the line is complex or simple or not, it's what the line means or how much it actually says or how much weight it carries. So when he says something like, all you do is sit at home and read the dictionary, to y'all, that's just him saying, oh, you know, to somebody that he's making fun of M for knowing shit. No. You know what I'm saying? He's literally saying like, bro, like, all you do is just say words. You know what I'm saying? You're not actually talking. That's not substance. You know what I'm saying? If the only book you ever read was a dictionary and you didn't read any actual literature, would you ever have anything to say? No. You just know how to say a lot of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So even that line, to me, that's lyricism. I think rap God exposes that weakness in what M has been doing in a way that I really personally appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Nigga threw a hook on it, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like
the hook was the fact that he threw a hook on it was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, like Drake changed. First of all, Drake changed diss records. Drake changed the way diss records are received.
I mean, Nicki put a hook on her diss record.
She put a hook on her diss. I'm saying, bro, that Charged Up back to back changed diss records. It did. And in a way that I can appreciate, because I'm like, everybody from, you know what I'm saying, the previous generation of hip hop just feels like, oh, rap used to be this, rap used to be that. I'm like, yeah, niggas used to get shot over shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I'm kind of glad that's not really what's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, rap really was a different game, especially considering the fact that, like, even back when your dad was rolling around in the whip in like 05, 06, right. When like Jadakiss or whatever, like, rap wasn't really like, it was global, but it wasn't the mainstream behemoth that it is right now.
Right. And when it's mainstream like this, when it's so popular, it's like, you really can't be out here just shooting people. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't really you can't be gonna have to rap back. That's it. Because if he gets shot, we gonna know it was you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason that, you know what I'm saying, Chief Keef just ignored 6ix9ine like it was nothing. Still does.
Cause what's the point of even trying to do anything when the feds are completely enwrapped in this whole thing?
None of that shit is worth it, man. And listen, when it comes to Rap Devil, he barred him the fuck up. And the best part about it is him saying shit like, making fun of the way he raps is hilarious, because it's like, he's gonna have to rap like that to come back at you, because that's how he raps. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like when Drake was like, what did he say about Meek? I think it was in Charged Up, just about how loud he is. And then it's like, the first track that's gonna come out, he gonna be loud, because that's how he talk. So it's like, it's already like, look, he just said that. He just said that nigga was gonna do that. Look at him doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's just like, I'm happy for MGK, and I feel like he has a right to be upset. He said to himself, idols become your rivals, which, you know what I'm saying, which is also something Drake said, years ago on So Far Gone, I think. You know what I'm saying? That's about the time that your idols become your rivals. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, bro, like, I look up to you. You're in everybody's top 10. They made movies about you. You are clout chasing right now. You don't even have to. You're talking shit about people that have not mentioned your name in years, or have never mentioned your name at all. And for what? You don't even have to.
He doesn't need anything. He doesn't need fame.
He doesn't need
He doesn't need numbers.
You're you. Just be you, nigga. Like, especially when it's like, bro, like, you coming at people that only rap because they heard you rap. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how does that make you look? It makes you look salty, and it makes you look like you feel like you're being replaced. And you're not. Nobody's trying to replace you. Nobody can.
No, I mean, every time people talk about M, it's always go.
It's always good. It's always go. It's always go. M is does anybody here disagree with that?
No.
Hell no. Every time. You know what I'm saying?
I think we could go. I think we could have a whole podcast dedicated to how we grew up on M.
Literally.
I was in my fucking computer room listening to nothing but M. I would go to the bookstore and I would look, check and see if my parents were around to make sure I could get the dirty version on and play that shit in the Barnes and Noble headphones.
I'm saying though.
I was obsessed with M, bro.
I'm saying though. Literally,
he doesn't have to do this. I mean, and going back to what listening to like the old M records, when I was in Barnes and Noble or whatever, I think that everyone would also agree too that there's like M like sort of split himself into two like lanes in his career. Like there's like the first half of his career where he was the best selling rapper of all time, literally, and the second half of his career, like, after Encore, after Eminem show, like, sort of like that whole, like, recovery relapse, there's pretty much just, like, that era of Eminem versus, like, the fresh, Slim Shady, Martha Mathers LP kind of stuff that, sort of makes it seem like, the latter half of Eminem's career, like, that's really only for, like, the hardcore fans who have like dedicated themselves to his story. But for the rest of us, we could all see like those records flaws.
Yeah, no, I think everybody has sort of a project, at least one project like that, where I think for Ye, it's Ye, where it's like, bro, you're technically spiraling out of control. But for hardcore Ye fans watching, that's part of his growth record. That's part of his growth track. That's part of him becoming whoever he's gonna die as. You know what I'm saying? I feel the same way about records like Views for Drake, where like it's really not for everybody, but which makes it different from like Ye or M. It's a clear documentation of his career. There's a reason that Drake does stuff like 9 a.m. in Dallas, 5 a.m. in Toronto, 6 p.m. in New York, and each one of those songs came at a different point in his career and described getting to that point in his career and what's different and what's changed. So if you're a fan of somebody, you'll be looking for records like that. You'll be looking for projects like that. But that doesn't always mean it'll be a good story. Sometimes it'll be like this is who you are now, but like, nigga, you wildin'. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Kanye is wildin'. He still has good sounds. He's Kanye. But he's not perfect.
Right. It's like, this is like when everybody was messing with you.
Right.
It was a certain thing, and now your hardcore fans still fuck with you.
Right.
And then like, you know, that's just kind of what you're resting on right now. And I think, like, where do you think that Eminem is going to go from here? Because I think that's a pretty interesting question. I don't even know really. Like, does he have, like, can't he even go back to the drawing board? Can he even recover from this kind of universal backlash? Yo, I would never get over Bahari on Facebook.
Shouts out Bahari.
Yo, shouts out to our nigga, man. But
shouts out to the Ether Network.
Facts. But he goes this M album is absurdly ass. I was dead.
That homie Alonzo was like, let's take this moment to never let Eminem happen again. And I was just like, yo. But I think and I think I talked to Rock about this last week or 2 weeks ago. This to me could be transitionary. It could be acknowledging what he's been doing wrong and learning from how, you know, the state of music today, and taking in new influences and going back to the drawing board from there. Or it could just be a stepping stone to the downward spiral. It could just be like, I started talking shit now about everybody, and you know what I'm saying,
he's just gonna go out,
accepting the fault for some things, but blaming everybody else for other things.
He's gonna be Gran Torino, like Clint Eastwood, like get off my lawn with the shotgun.
It could just get really. To be honest, when I think of M, I think of Slim Shady and I think of Eminem. And Slim Shady, Eminem is who he is right now, or even. But not Eminem. Eminem with the font from like Recovery. You know what I'm saying? Like Eminem, like that Eminem.
Like this is like Marshall.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the Tonight Show Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Right. But Shady, Slim Shady. I miss that. You know what I'm saying?
Like the humor.
Yeah, the humor.
The era of like, he was taking stabs at people, but doing it in a way that felt like it was all just a game. And like, we were all in on the joke.
Exactly. I don't feel like I'm in on it anymore. I'm on the outside. Like,
it's what? like it's like the joke isn't funny anymore because he's not even telling a joke. He's actually being like dead serious.
100%. I can agree with that. All right, so what? I mean, what else do we have to talk about? We have so much has happened.
All right, much. Now let's talk about these niggas who were burning their Nikes, man. I wish I would have saved a picture, but someone put the picture of that dude. He was wearing the Nikes. Did you see the picture on Twitter where the nigga had his Nikes on, but they were on fire?
I did actually.
This nigga put it on his shirt and it looked hard. It looked hard as hell. This nigga like, yo, this nigga with his head down with the Nikes on fire with a black shirt.
Alright, no. So we gotta find that and retweet that. I might cop. That shit if it really is hard as you say, I might cop.
That shit was hard.
These niggas burning their Nikes. If you're not an idiot, you know what we gonna say. you're an idiot if you burning your Nikes. You look stupid.
You can't boycott a multi-billion-dollar industry. I'm sorry.
By burning the shit you bought.
Did you hear
already.
They went up 31% in profits since.
Boycott my ass. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, fuck out of here.
Black people buying them shit.
What's crazy to me is black people never had a problem with Nike anyway. We had a problem with Jordan because he's kind of an asshole. But it's like,
yeah, fuck Jordan.
For me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know, I preferred Adidas style more. I didn't grow up wearing Jordans anyway. Only Jordans I ever really respected was clearly the ones. And when it came to Air Maxes, because Nike been going off with the Air Maxes lately. The Air Max, the Vapor Max, you know what I'm saying? Them 97s. I've been looking at those like those are obviously hard.
Yeah, I mean, we can't deny those. Even I tried to. I even tried to, but I could not.
I fuck with those. You know what I'm saying? So, but I've never been like and I'm not an athletic dude. I've been wearing skate shoes for a long time. I've been wearing Vans and shit for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I've never been an athletic dude. I don't buy a lot of Nike. And I'm not going to start buying a lot of Nike now. I appreciate their support, but I'm not going to start buying. You know what I'm saying? There's still some 97s I want to pick up, but I'm not about to be like, yo, I got to get me a sleeve to hoop. No, exactly. I'm not doing that shit. But
for those white people to be so mad at Colin Kaepernick that you are going to get rid of your Nikes just makes you look stupid.
100%.
Because we all know that you have bought so many Nikes that you can't even stop now, bro.
Yo,
you have pairs you haven't even worn.
For real though, white people got more Nike shit than I thought.
White people love Nike.
They got a lot of Nike gear because they was burning all type of Nike gear. They were burning, bro. I'm like, yo, y'all got a lot of Nike.
They were burning Nike that you didn't even know you had.
Yo, on God, I'm like, yo, y'all. First of all, y'all got a lot of clothes to burn, my guy.
Don't it seem like they went to buy Nike just to burn Nike?
Some of it do. Some of it does seem like, I'm like, y'all just copped that to burn it, which is even dumber. And I can't believe that you would do it. It reminds me of, I don't remember what happened, but I think Shea Moisture, something problematic happened with Shea Moisture, and women was on Twitter dumping their shea butter out.
Right.
I'm like, I tell my girl straight up, do not throw that shit away. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need that. You need that. They say you already bought, just use this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Finish it out. Don't buy another.
That's what I'm saying. Don't you have to buy another one? You can find another brand, but don't just dump this shit out. You already bought that. Y'all are so weird.
Not only is doing things like that seem kind of hypocritical, but I think we have to understand that I think in 2018 you look silly trying to do the things that worked back when we didn't have the internet.
True.
And I'll tell you this. Trying to boycott something seems nice in a gesture, but it made sense back when like niggas literally had to get on the bus to go to work. When people were tapped in and people said, yo, we boycotting the bus now, everybody boycotted the bus, that was niggas were not going to work.
Right.
If you boycott the bus now, nigga, I'm going on an Uber. I'm walking. I'm doing anything. I'm doing anything and everything else.
Right.
That those things just don't even make sense. And on top of that, you look like a hypocrite because we know low key, like we all still eating Tyson chicken, nigga. Like I went to McDonald's last night, nigga. Like we all are still doing the same shit. So I'm not saying that we should not try and be political or we shouldn't try and
make political statements.
Yeah,
but if it don't work, it don't work. And honestly, I don't even feel like anybody should have to acknowledge how dumb you gotta be. If you're mad at Kaepernick at all, you're a dumbass.
Remember when niggas tried to boycott Netflix?
That's what I'm like, yo, what are you talking about?
That was not happening.
Hey, dead ass, bro. I don't give a shit what Netflix say. I'm not canceling that. The only way I would cancel Netflix is if there was zero content on it. Zero. I'd be like, damn, they don't have nothing? I guess I'm not paying for that. They got one show. I'm like, is it Daredevil?
Is it Netflix original?
Is it Stranger Things?
I might keep that.
I might keep that. That's all I don't care. But I mean, like literally, like I don't even want to have conversations with people about how If you still mad at Kaepernick, because a lot of people's arguments are, you know what I'm saying, he's entitled, he's a crybaby, he gets to play a children's game for, you know what I'm saying, a children's game. Most of the people who criticizing, if they got out there, they not running the ball, they're not catching the ball, and if they get hit, they're not playing another game in their life. You know what I'm saying? So talk to me about how it's work. He went out there to do work, and at his job, fuck your entertainment, at his job that he trained hard to be a part of, to have that job, he made a statement. You making it disrespectful because who the fuck knows why? Racism. You know what I'm saying? You making it what it is, that's all you. You can do that. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? We know it's not about the flag. We know what it's about. And he's been doing things outside of that to actually influence change and do something. But people want to ignore that because they want to be offended by black people taking a stand for stuff.
And look, all I'm going to say is that the fact is, what's so sad about white supremacists in today's era is that they just can't escape it.
Right.
I mean, we're just everywhere. Niggas is winning. Niggas is fucking white bitches. We're really just out here, nigga. We're just dripping. We're just invading, bro.
Wait, hold up.
No, it's true.
Oh, okay. Free State nodding. So
it's all I gotta say. It's pretty much over for us white guys, cause like
Puerto Rican.
I am Puerto Rican. I am Puerto Rican and white. But I'm just saying, cause like, you got black guys fucking white girls, and black girls don't like white guys. So if you're not a country white guy, you're pretty much losing.
I'm saying this is over for white niggas, man.
It really is.
I'm trying not to say.
Listen, the only white niggas
right now.
The only white niggas that's winning right now are the sad boy emo niggas that are just fucking the goth bitches. Those are the only white niggas.
Tumblr white people.
Those are the only niggas winning.
Now, I don't know where the niggas are at that are fucking white bitches. I don't know where that's happening at. Rock, do you know? Rockport. You don't go to the hood. Rockport.
You don't go to the hood.
Yo, shouts out.
No, I do not go to the hood. I have no business in the hood unless I'm getting my hair cut, or getting a Lucy for pops. No, but dead ass. Dead ass though.
If you're white right now, I'm sorry. If you're white dude right now, I'm sorry.
My son said, if you're white right now, I'm sorry. You heard it here, folks. Shola is sorry that you're white. No, I'm just like, now we moving on to a nigga. If my mom hears it, she's gonna be pissed off. If I criticize white America at all, I swear she is so
Listen, let's move on to a nigga who wanna be white. We're talking about this nigga Kanye West because he is back in the media. So
of course.
So Kanye
got more antics than 6ix9ine. That's just my personal opinion.
I mean, he's trolling like 6ix9ine right now. We gonna talk about it. But I want to talk about his interview first because he went on the Chicago radio station talking about he was thinking about moving back to Chicago. I don't know how true that is or not, but he's talking about he's gonna move back to Chicago. He's apologizing to black women. He's trying to make amends in the black community after niggas was really just killing him for all the Trump comments, the slavery was a choice moment on TMZ. That nigga on TMZ went after him. He got clout from it. Now that nigga has a career. Like, it's just crazy. It's like, so I mean, Kanye went on the Chicago radio station, and this black woman was sitting up there talking about Kanye. You have so much reach, and everybody believes in you. I mean, she was boohoo crying. Kanye West sitting there like, what is this bitch? But he was like, he was thankful for the love, and he cares that people still sort of view him as like some sort of God and a voice for the black community. In my opinion, like, I don't necessarily think that Kanye really functions like that anymore. But I do, and he's trying to get back in the good graces because Kanye West is at a weird place in his career where if he can really, really make an ugly turn in his career. And he's trying to salvage it the best way he can while also like recognizing that he's sort of too far gone. So that's why he just continues to troll, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the troll shit is funny.
Do you think that Kanye West trolling is sort of making up for like the quote unquote coonery that he's doing? Do you think it's balancing out?
I think no, but I think that's what he's trying to do. I think he's doing the troll shit because he referred to the Trump hat as the troll. He said, "I'm the ultimate troll. I was wearing the Trump hat, the Make America Great Again hat. You can't out troll me." Those are his words. So it's clear that he thinks the trolling and the jokes are gonna bury it or explain it or justify it even. So it's clear that that's his direction, but that's not what I've given up on. I don't want him to be a leader for the black community. I'm not looking for him to. I've given up on that. He's not the one to do it, clearly. But it's hard to hate him. It's hard to hate his music because he keeps dropping stuff that sounds good.
Let's talk about it, bro. That Lil Pump track with him and what's her name? I forgot her name, but she's like you gotta make bitches come and shit. That was pretty funny. I thought that
video was hilarious. And you know what? That video, Rock, you seen that video?
I didn't see the video.
Yo, so we gonna show you that, but it reminded me of like early 2000s, like just fun music video.
Like almost like Missy Elliott type.
Yes,
like
Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, because
Luda, yeah,
exactly.
Those type of shit.
Because
it reminded me of that.
It's like his head and it's like Lil Pump, but they're both in like these like Roblox. I guess is like the show. Like it's like they're in like these big like Minecraft type suits,
like big old, sumo suits, but box.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
And then the female who's like in the audio sample, like she's in the video and she's like way bigger than them. She's like 3 times their size. She looks like she's literally like a fucking Attack on Titan creature, like that big. And they like these like fucking like cartoon characters and like you're such a fucking memes of that, yo. I love it. And that was a good hook.
Adele Givens, by the way, it's Adele Givens. That's the woman, Adele Givens.
Oh, shouts out to her.
Shouts out to Adele Givens.
But I liked the hook. I thought it was pretty ratchet. Like if I heard that in the club, I'm definitely trying to find someone who's twerking.
I was listening to the car today. That's the first thing I was like, yo, like in the club, let's go hard.
And I like his verse. He said,
"Yeah, me too."
He said, "I am a sick fuck. I like my dick sucked. I want a quick fuck." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. What do you say?
Classic.
I'll buy you them new titties. I'll get you that nip tuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like I like it. It's short. You know what I'm saying? I like that he's not afraid to work with Lil Pump. I knew he wasn't afraid to work Lil Pump, but you see what the difference between rappers who like, I'm gonna make fun of all the rap that I don't approve of because it's not my style, and the difference between that and Kendrick Lamar, who can make a song with Rich the Kid. Kendrick Lamar being widely considered, one of the best rappers of all time, especially in my opinion, but he could still make a song with Rich the Kid and it'd be completely hard. Because New Freezer is one of the hardest songs I've ever heard. I fucking love New Freezer. That song goes up. And I was so sad when we throwing parties, we play New Freezer and you can see that people looking around like, I never heard this before. I'm like, that's because y'all whack.
Yo, that was crazy. We really were playing New Freezer and niggas was not.
Like, yo, what they were not
connected.
I'm like, are you dead ass right now? Are you dead ass? Because I like Rich the Kid. But Kendrick Lamar and Rich the Kid, I never would have told myself, this is about to be hard. I never would have told myself that Kanye would put Lil Pump on a track and make me want to hear it. And I'm not a Lil Pump hater, understand me, but I don't actively go out to listen to Lil Pump. I just don't.
But it still worked.
It worked. You know what I'm saying? And that's the power of a good artist.
And that's why at the end of the day I can't really hate on Kanye West. And why did I tell you that a black girl at my job almost canceled me because I told her I like Kanye West? Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Yo, I'll do the story real quick and then we'll talk about the porn merch and before we move on. But so I'm talking to this girl and we're just hanging out at the job, blah blah, doing our thing. And I'm like, hey, like you, I'm like, cause I'm just trying to get to know her. She just joined the team. But anyway, so I'm like, hey, like you like Kanye West? I mean, I still know her.
Is she cute?
I mean, she can sing very well.
What the fuck?
She can sing very well.
You did not answer the question
at all. Is the woman attractive in your opinion?
I mean, and she's very professional, so I respect her for that. She's a very self-respecting black woman.
So what you're saying is
yes.
But anyway, okay. So when I was talking to her, y'all wild. Y'all wild. I still know she gonna hear this somehow. Ray's gonna show her the podcast or some shit. Anyway, so I was talking to her about Kanye West, and I was saying like, hey, like, do you fuck with him? She was like, I don't know who he is, blah blah. I'm like, come on, like Kanye West. So, and then she was like, honestly, as a black man, I don't know how you listen to him. And she started going off on me, bro. She was like, man, the things that this nigga's doing is harmful to the black community. Da, 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 da.
We fine.
And then she went, but she was. Let me just say that, bro. Like, she was really not having it.
We don't approve of what Kanye is doing, but the fact that we can actively say we don't approve means we're fine. It's not like we was waiting on Kanye. Like, no, Kanye fucked up. Black people have been set back 100 years. Like, nah, we're cooling. You know and that's what I was saying. But he's doing that by himself. We can let him go if we have to. It's not that serious.
And I think to a certain extent, black people have distanced themselves from him.
100%. But don't be out here like.
And he's copping pleas.
Could you believe what he's done? Like, he has not done.
Yeah, she was. I mean, saying like, she was just.
Jordan didn't technically do anything either, but he doesn't technically care about us. So it's like.
So we just accept it.
Yeah, we just accept it. It's like that's him. That's all him by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. It's not. First of all, it's not even like Kanye was like Martin Luther King and then flipped the script and everybody was we don't know what the fuck to do. It wasn't even like that. He was just a nigga who made music that we liked and appreciated. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like
he had messages in his music, but he wasn't really
less than the average person.
I would agree with that, because you can be a conscious artist. But I don't necessarily think that. I think people are trying to make Kanye's quote unquote conscious phase out to be more than what it actually was.
Right. Definitely. I would definitely. They make it sound like that's what.
Because he's an outspoken person, but it's not like he was. And he was talking about how his mom and how his dad was actively involved in community. But Kanye West was never a person to. Kanye West was never talking about I'm at the homeless shelter. Like, he was, right. He never claimed to be that dude.
So for people to be like, oh, you could be doing this. I'm like, you only ask him to do that shit now because you don't like what he's actually doing.
But he was never on that before.
Right.
So he was always the man with the pink polo. And now he got the lime green Yeezys.
That's another thing too. Kanye has always been different. He's always been different, and he's always prided himself in that. And when he looked at himself and he found it hard to distinguish himself, he was like, it's time to do some different shit again. It's time to be different. It's time to, and he even said, you know what I'm saying, why do I have to think like everybody else? And it's like, this isn't a good example of that. Just be quiet. You're not making sense. But it just shows where his mindset is at, where he's just like, I want to beat the eyeball out. And if he's not, he's going to freak out. He's going to figure out how to do it, even if it's harmful.
Right, because, I mean, that's just sort of his personality. It's like, and it kind of, and the reason why, like, I'm, like, you know, such a Kanye stan is because I can almost identify, like, you know, when, like, no matter if I go to, like, a new place or something, I got to be like, you know, I can't find myself doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. True. You know, the shit that I like's got to be, you know, unique and cutting edge, and that's partially why I think he really is sort of leaning on this whole like Pornhub, you know, affiliation too, because he's trying to, you know, turn, like, you know, his wife, who is you know, sort of like actively in the whole, like, you know, sex work model realm. Like, a lot of her work is, you know, very not safe for work and that kind of thing. The fact that he sort of like just does one better and, you know, actually designed some, you know, sweaters for the Pornhub Awards, you know, sort of makes sense. It's very Kanye.
Yeah.
And it's very, like, LA Kanye.
It's very, I fuck with it because it's like, I never would have expected it. And from a fashion standpoint, it's hilarious.
Exactly.
It's like, yo, like, that's hilarious. No other designer would have done it. None of them.
Exactly.
None of them would have done that. But then again, we're also talking about Ye, who he had, what was it, Yeezy season 3 in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was also an album release party. You know what I'm saying? Lil Yachty was up there as a model. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was before Lil Yachty was like popping too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in a lot of aspects, he does things that are admirable, you know what I'm saying, creatively, and but also at the same time, it's like, socially, sometimes he's a try hard, and it comes off as like, bro, you look like a crazy person, you're acting like a crazy person. You know what I'm saying? I could respect the artistic differences and the artistic, thinking outside the box. You know what I'm saying, and doing that type of stuff. But socially, it's like, I wish you would talk less, and I wish you would do less interviews. I wish some people would do more, but you need to do less, because I also said, TMZ took the slavery is a choice thing. They took that out of context. They did.
Definitely.
But at the same time, it was like, this is a person who it's kind of easy to do that. You shouldn't be talking as much as you do. Straight up.
No, for sure, bro. And yeah, so I mean, overall, Kanye West is just gonna continue to be Kanye West. I don't really expect like any new music from him, but he has been dropping kind of consistently. Like it's been interesting to watch. Now, really quickly, I want to just talk about the fact that Tyler Creator's been like on a little bit of a streak as well. And like I told you he announced like Camp Flog now. That was crazy. He also and he's just been dropping like old instrumentals from Cherry Bomb on YouTube.
Yeah, and he's been remixing his favorite beats. He did Troubles. Bring It Back.
All those remixes are crazy, bro.
I can't remember all of them, but he definitely did Troubles, Bring It Back as the first one I remember bumping. And then and we're also looking forward to Wang's At. Even though a lot of collab albums that are announced
just literally never come.
Literally, if they're announced, we don't get them.
Oh, speaking of, Kanye West announced Watch the Throne 2.
He did. He said Throne 2 coming soon on Twitter.
Apparently, people are saying that Jay-Z was last to hear about it.
I would believe that, because we see how Kanye is going through this like apologizing to Drake through tweets that Drake's not responding to, and I feel like that's his apology to Jay-Z. This is like we Throne 2 coming soon. Yeah, Beyonce took shots at him too.
Like, come on now.
So he was just like, he's ignoring that and going, Throne 2 coming soon. I'm like, I think this is wishful thinking, my guy. Part of me also thought that he might be hoping that he could make a collab album with Drake. Part of me also thought he was trying to get close to Drake. But I mean, that's just because all the tweets leading up to before the Throne 2 tweet were just all like, all love to the OVO family and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
I mean, basically Kanye is in a state of like, I was definitely wildin'. I'm copping a plea right now.
Yo, I can agree. He's definitely like, yo, I was tripping, bro. So I'm gonna just start pretending like it was all a joke, and like we all.
But this is like literally what we all said, like when he was doing this, like and we were all like, in 2 months, he's literally gonna act like this never happened.
Exactly, 100%.
He's literally doing that right now.
What else do you do, bro? Like Kanye was going to a place where he was gonna have no friends, and we talked about the Ecstasy track.
Right, which everyone's just ignoring.
Yeah, everyone is ignoring that track.
Yeah, I think he might be like,
And then it's funny though, if you look at Ecstasy and then you look at this new track with Lil Pump. What is it even called? What is this new track even called? I Love It. Between Ecstasy and I Love It, and then the porn thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's like. That's weird. He's in like this weird sex crazed mode right now.
Right. And that so he horny.
he's like niggas on the timeline horny right now.
Right, yeah, like niggas is like, you know what I'm saying, a girl posts a booty pic and then they send it, they put a dick pic, but they don't send it to her, they just put it on the tweet. It's just a reply. You know what I'm saying? It's like niggas do that? Niggas do that, bro. I'm like, yo, like these niggas, this is a different type of horny, bro. Like I don't know what's going on with him, because if you don't piece it together, it's just like, oh, Kanye's just doing shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, the song Ecstasy, he literally wrote, like, the hook is like, I wrote this while on ecstasy. And then I Love It comes out and he repeats, I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck, and he says it like 4 times before getting into the verse, and which the first line of the verse is saying that again, and then talking about more sex, and then boom, Pornhub, you know what I'm saying, Pornhub partnership. So it's like, exactly, it's a weird, like, I don't know if we're gonna get how much more porn reference content we're gonna get from Ye. What's it gonna amount to? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Facts. Now I sort of want to just bring it down. I'm really just going like in order of the topics right now. So, what I will say is this. I shed literally 3 tears, and I had to excuse myself from my job and go outside because I was so shocked by hearing Mac Miller had passed away that I couldn't even think straight. Everyone at my job was like, "Are you okay, bro?" I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm fucked up right now. This is crazy to me." And I'm no white guy. I didn't play sports. I didn't listen to kids. I wasn't a Mac stan at all. But what ended up happening there was an article that had spoken on this. I think it was in Pitchfork, or it might have been in Fader or something. But they were saying that as they were growing up, they felt like Mac was growing with them. And I can actually relate to that through the latter half of his career, because Mac Miller went through a transitionary period where he was getting out of like the whole suburban corny rap phase, and he was starting to get into hip hop like more deeply, and like listening to underground, started fucking with OF more, started hanging out with like some real certified people.
His music was maturing,
and when his music started maturing around the time he like met Flying Lotus, and around the time he started hanging out with like Thundercat and stuff like that, that's when, I had just gone to college. I was dealing with my own demons. I started doing a lot of drugs. Listening to Mac Miller's music reflect the same types of spiritual journeys, the acid, the Flying Lotus. I started listening to Flying Lotus the same time he started hanging out with Flying Lotus. The same, he has back in my second year of college, my third year of college, he has a line on his mixtape Faces, where he says, all my homies philosophers. That was right around the time that I started getting into philosophy. So there was a lot of connection that I had to Mac Miller's later music
that called back to the life you were leading.
And I thought it was, and I always was saying to myself, like, Mac Miller just needs that one project to like, send him over. And I feel like, and at this point, I think maybe Faces might be his best project, but and he has so many projects I haven't even heard. That man was a machine. He made albums. He made stuff under different aliases. He was making jazz music. He was doing everything he could.
He was living his best life.
Just because, he was just a creative person, and that's just how he expressed himself. And he was helping out, Gambino, Thundercat, Vince Staples, Sid from the Internet. He was a huge member of the musical community from the underground all the way to the mainstream, and we lost a heavyweight. We lost someone who can't be replaced. We lost someone whose content and music in the last 10 years, no doubt, has surpassed Eminem's, and his legacy as an MC will be cemented. If you truly listen to Mac Miller's music and you actually dissected it, you'll know that he was a powerhouse in the mic game, that he really cared about the culture. The thing about Mac Miller's passing is that it brings up, the whole conversation about drugs and about mental health, which is both things that are actually politically relevant to the world right now. I think we talked about this even before. It's like drugs, guns. The things that have killed our legends the most this year have been drugs, mental illness, and gun violence, which are all 3 major political issues in America right now that have not gotten addressed.
Right.
So we're seeing the demons of America right now manifest themselves in art right now, but in the ugliest of ways, with our communities sort of suffering from the black community with the gun violence onto mainstream America with the heroin epidemic and so on. Like, there's so much surrounding these issues that need like legitimate like addressing from our politicians that we're just not really getting right now. Mental health is a huge thing that we've been coming back to on this podcast, and we've only had 2 episodes, but it's because no matter what in the media, we're seeing very public instances of people who need mental health, people who need an escape from drugs and from all this craziness that's going on in life right now. And I mean, I just, I'm definitely grieving because this Mac Miller death was so unnecessary, and it was crazy. And the whole people blaming Ariana thing, I think is actually fucked up.
It's fucked up. That's super fucked up. He was going through shit before that. You know what I'm saying? And to even try to put that on her, meanwhile, she's, you know what I'm saying, she's been, between the bombing at her concert, you know what I'm saying, all type of shit that she's got to go through in her own career. And for people to put that, and that's disrespectful to him too, because it's like your blanket statement, you're blaming somebody for what he was going through, and it's really ignoring what he was actually going through, so that you don't have to deal with it. So you say, oh, you know what I'm saying, she broke up with him, he died.
Spiral, right?
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, like, he was going through that before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and he expressed it in his music.
He expressed it in his music. You know what I'm saying? I there was a dude at my job, I don't remember his name, but he's so fucking pretentious, and I hope he hears this. He was like, I don't feel bad for, he was a drug addict. I don't feel bad that he died. And I was just like, I don't even want you to talk to anybody in here, because I think you're a fucking idiot. But it's like, yo, like, I only bring that up because how pissed off I was, because Mac didn't connect to my life like he did to yours, but he did grow with us. You know what I mean? In the same way that I feel like Tyler grew with us, because I feel like when I look at Tyler the Creator's career, there was a lot of points in my life where it was like, there's a lot of songs or tracks, or just there's a lot of Tyler that applied to moments in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same way I feel about Drake. When Drake was first coming out, who I was then, you know what I'm saying? Find Your Love era, you know what I'm saying? Who I am now. So his career was maturing with him, and he was young, and he was dealing with things, but there was so much hope that, as amazing of a person that he was, he would eventually overcome it. And now that he's dead, it's too late for him to overcome it. And that's the hard part. That's the
hardest part about losing these young legends. Is that
right.
Is that they seem like all of these, X, Lil Peep, Mac, they all seem like they were trying to move away from that.
Right. They were
on the cusp.
They were so close, and it's like they were taken just before, you know what I'm saying, just before things could really get better, you know what I'm saying, just before they could really start to turn things around. And that especially I think with X, I know it's popular to sort of because of all the allegations and the cases and all of that, but I don't look at it from that aspect. I don't ever talk about X unless I'm talking about the fact that when it comes to depression, when it comes to mental health, there were a lot of kids who looked to his music. And so when they lost him, it was like
they lost a voice.
Yeah, they lost a voice that was helping them through things, and that's what I know for sure. 100%, I know that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I look at Mac, and it's like, I know he didn't affect me the way he affected some people, but I know the people he's affected. And I remember being in middle school, high school with those people, and how much
they were rocking with
him heavy. And so it feels like it feels essentially like a bunch of people I know lost a family member. And now I'm thinking of all those people like, damn, like he lost Mac. That's how it doesn't feel like Mac is just gone. It feels like that dude lost Mac. This dude lost Mac. You know what I'm saying? That's how it feels. And it affected, it was so crazy how fast, you know what I'm saying? TMZ reported it. I'm at my job. One of my managers is just like, rest in peace, Mac. I'm thinking, my first thought is, you know what I'm saying, like a beef thing, like somebody made a Mac diss track. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of that going around. But then the group chat start going off, and they're like, you know what I'm saying, like, like say it ain't so. Like, is it true? I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not even, what's crazy too is just like I said, you always feel like that's something he was gonna get through. I know he was gonna get through that. It's so different than when X got literally murdered. You know what I'm saying? He got literally shot, and you're like somebody shot him, and it's almost easier to get, you have closure. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody did that to him. Somebody took his life. But with Mac, it was like, it's like an accident. It feels like it don't make sense. It feels like it could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying? And it feels those always hurt the most. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, it didn't have to happen. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was there. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was there at that moment, you know what I'm saying, would it have happened? You know, if he had somebody to be with then. Or even, you know what I'm saying, if there was somebody. But that's another thing too. A lot of artists just talking about how much he's influenced them is crazy. Because I didn't even know all that shit. A lot of artists. I'm trying to think too about who specifically.
Chance.
I didn't know that they were that close. I didn't know how instrumental he was for Chance.
Mac took Chance on the second tour.
Yeah, and Vince Staples too. I didn't know they had a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because Mac's pretty low key, but a lot of people in music, I mean, they all knew he was a great person, you know, and
a dope artist,
and
good MC.
For me to be looking at a lot of my favorite artists, everywhere from Vince to Chance the rapper, you know what I'm saying, to just be like, I lost a friend, a good friend.
Schoolboy.
You know what I'm saying? They all lost a good friend. And it's not even like we see pictures of all of them in a room together, but he was a good friend to all of them. You know what I'm saying? It was like he was the glue.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just
and everybody, I remember, like I told you, like, I like part of because the internet, I think, was recorded at Max Miller's house. And that's when all the Odd Future guys would go over there. That's when he would make the jazz music with them. That's where, you know, that influenced a lot of the internet stuff.
Right.
There was, I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, SZA too, bro. I don't remember exactly what she said. I gotta find her Instagram post, but like, I was just like, I couldn't believe, you know what I'm saying, that this many people had such a close relationship with him. Right here, right? You were the first person I met. This is from SZA's Instagram. You were the first person I met when I moved here. You let me come over every day and be whoever I wanted. Showed up for me in ways I can never express or repay. My gratitude is infinite. The first person to believe in me and make stuff with me. Record me all day and eat them nasty ass ham sandwiches. Introduce me to the coolest people I've ever met. Show me how to play gadgets I've never seen. I swam in my clothes once and you gave me pink polo pajamas to change into instead of something ugly. You too fucking real. Forever a genuine friend. The most kind, supportive person ever around. A jazz legend. I love you so much, Malcolm. You're a light. I don't know what happened between our last convo and now, but man, I just pray you're peaceful and moving light speed to wherever you're supposed to be. I'll never let you dim in my mind or spirit. Never ever, never stop honoring you. Promise to spread your light forever. Can't believe this is real. I want to be in an alternate dimension. Bill Murray movies suck. Bill Murray movies on deck. Long live Larry Fisherman. Like, bro.
SZA. You would never know.
I never would have known. I never would have known that, and that's the hard part.
And that's just the type of person.
It feels like the whole industry lost somebody,
a friend.
Not just, you know what I'm saying, not just somebody who took part, but a friend. So
it's crazy, man. Rest in peace to Mac Miller, man. Forever, man.
I don't think Bill Murray movies suck. I don't know why I read it like that.
Shouts out to Bill, man. He's a legend. He was like at Lux one time. He was chill. I love Bill Murray, man.
Definitely a legend.
But so we can move on, even though I don't want to. I just want to go home and just drink more Bacardi till I fall asleep. But we'll continue, like, because there's just more craziness. There's more ratchetness in the air. These bitches is wildin'. They won't stop wildin'. And Cardi B threw a shoe at Nicki Minaj. Let's talk about it.
I mean, Nicki took shots. at her baby, so I think she deserved it. Cardi's in it right. I mean, if you taking shots at my kid, you getting shots back.
Yeah.
And that was the definition of on site. She saw her. She was like, she I bet, bitch, and threw her.
That's what's crazy about that video. It's just like she did not hesitate. It wasn't no let's talk about it first. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, well, there she is. I'm gonna get her. And what, man? I'm not gonna front. It's funny. I'm not gonna front.
Yo, that's crazy. She said, "You talk about my shots where I draw the line."
Nah, but shout out to Cardi B not having Twitter fingers and literally. It's like probably like one of the first in the rap game to just be like, "Oh, you talking shit?"
It's on site.
It's at Fashion Week. No other less than like, yo.
Right.
Yo, them white people are all around. She didn't give no fucks about the white people. She said it was on site.
And that was like the biggest complaint I seen was, "Oh, you didn't have to do it there." No, when it's on site, it's on site.
You know what though? I'm like I'm 50-50 with that. Because I get that. I do get the like where people are like, yo, like that's not like this isn't the place. But for me, even though I feel like it's not the place, and I feel like it could have been handled somewhere else, like if it was in a club, I wouldn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Do it in the club. It's the club. You know what I'm saying? We in here sinning anyway. But at the same time, like Rox was saying, Nicki has been taking shots and flipping the mouth with whoever she want. Somebody beat her ass. You know what I'm saying? Somebody pop. Somebody throw a shoe. With Cardi. Somebody. I'm like, she had it coming. She had it coming.
Okay, so I was on Twitter today, and someone said that K. Michelle, I think she was on Love and Hip Hop, maybe, but she was saying that she had released one song, and Nicki literally tried to bury it, or she tried to take the song from her, type shit.
I'm talking about.
And I'm saying, so at this point, Nicki's negative karma, like this isn't even about Cardi B being ratchet at this point. This is really more of like a reflection of how many babies are you going to talk about Nicki Minaj? Right. How many careers are you going to try to bury before someone stops you? This is can someone stop Nicki Minaj right now? Yo, that's really what this conversation has become.
Yeah, I like I said, even though I feel like it was very ratchet of Cardi,
and she was taking even more shots because I saw this tweet about her on Queen Radio talking about I'm not a bitch in the strip club and I'm not a bitch on reality.
Yeah, that dropped like today.
And that's Nicki's tweet?
Well, no, she said that on Queen Radio.
She was on air.
Quoted that.
Huh. And then someone else she basically tried to defend herself on Beast One Radio today.
And then someone else was like, "And you're not a bitch with a #1 album either."
Look, I'm saying Nicki Minaj is like sort of trying to backtrack, saying like, "Hey, I didn't even really do that. You know, Cardi was wilding, blah blah blah." But again, I've seen too many behind the scenes exposures of Nicki Minaj to really believe her. Like that whole Joe Budden shit that's like a legendary moment in hip hop, honestly, where he freestyles it, and he like, cause he knew from like a bird, but then he like tried to put pieces together, and he was like pretty much right about the fact that like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B like didn't want to be on the same track together with the whole motorsport shit. Classic. But that it exposes Nicki Minaj completely. Like she is literally behind the scenes trying to dead bitches' careers.
100%.
And it's just
not even doing it with the music. That if she was doing it with the music, it'd be different.
And if she's doing that now, who's to say she wasn't doing that before?
Exactly.
But matter of fact, you know it's funny too because M is kind of in the same boat because he was also black. He was blackballing MGK back in the day. So it was like we were like, what happened to MGK? Good question. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the other thing because now you're thinking like, hey, he flopped, but you're like, wait, did he flop because M was really just trying to dead him?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so these are people, these two people now who, fearful of their own irrelevance, have resorted to
pettiness,
straight up pettiness behind the scenes in the background. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
and that's just really disappointing. It's super disappointing. Like you would never want to know that, like, you know, Tyler the Creator, you know, did something to like YBN Corday or something. Like you would be like, wow, that's whack.
That's super whack, yo. Like these people are coming up, you know what I'm saying, on your inspiration, inspired by you to make music. You know what I'm saying? It's just, man, like I said, I feel like it could have been done different. It could have been done not even more classy, but more effective. It would have been more effective to beat Nicki in her own game. It would have been more effective to expose Nicki in an interview. There's tons of things that would have been more effective. You know what I'm saying? Because last interview Nicki had, you know what I'm saying, she was boohoo crying, talking about the beef was made up and she doesn't hate anybody and blah, blah, blah. But then, you know what I'm saying, but then we come find out, you know what I'm saying, like, you doing all this petty shit in the background anyway. So who are you crying for? And then, don't even get me started on Azalea big-headed ass. Azalea made a whole fucking video.
She tried to go off.
She kind of like egging it on, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, your feelings are gonna get hurt. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. I just came from crying on Wildin' Out.
At this
Shut
point,
the fuck up.
At this point, as much as I like her, I think she needs to just stop.
Azalea Banks needs to shut the fuck up.
She needs to stop.
Straight up.
She needs to
I can't believe that somebody can be this annoying. In this I don't understand it. Every time she says something, it's like you don't even have to. This ain't got shit to do with you. You be inserting your shit. Who was it that told her? DJ Academics tweeted her. So I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't remember what it was, but she need to get the fuck out of here.
Azalea Banks, please.
Mind your fucking business.
I mean, you're bae. You are still bae, but you are also very ratchet.
You're talented, but you got a big ass fucking head, and you're stupid. You're stupid, annoying. I don't
sorry.
know.
It's true. It's true.
Also, I guess they didn't land. She didn't land not one swing on Nicki. By the way, I don't think Cardi landed anything on Nicki.
Broke it up.
But
you saw that?
Somebody hit Cardi.
Yo, this was funny. Okay, so someone said that Nicki Minaj was talking all that hot shit to Miley Cyrus at the VMAs,
right?
But when she get around Cardi, she got all that security with her. So she trying to act hard.
She don't want the smoke,
but she really don't want smoke. So that's another L. That's another L for Nicki.
That's a big L. I don't remember who they were saying, but some other girl got in between, and that's who hit Cardi on the head.
Nah, I heard it was security. Security elbowed.
Nah, I heard there was another woman there.
Yeah, I heard there was another woman there, but she didn't hit Cardi.
No, I heard it was like Nicki's friend. I don't remember what her name. I don't remember what her name was. Nicki's friend.
And that's who actually got hit by the shoe. Like Nicki never got hit at all. But then security was trying to get Cardi back and accidentally hit Cardi, and that's how she got the knot on her forehead.
It's a big ass knot.
Yo, that shit's huge.
Big ass knot. You come in.
I thought niggas was actually scrapping.
I mean, I get, you know what I'm saying, but talking about, you know what I'm saying, somebody talking shit about parenting and your daughter, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna be mad at you for being mad, but
and I will
catch an assault charge and not be, you know what I'm saying, and then what, lose custody?
Exactly. I mean, I'm gonna be the first one to be like, I think Cardi's pretty ratchet. I thought that twerking on stage while she was pregnant shit was pretty OD. To be honest.
Oh, you wildin'. That was fire.
That was pretty OD.
She was twerking on stage pregnant. That was hilarious. She's ratchet. I won't lie. But when she's performing, she's performing. Be ratchet when you're performing. That's you. You know what I'm saying? When Cardi first came out, before she was making music, making them annoying ass videos of her just being ratchet, just being a complete fucking chicken head, I couldn't stand her ass. I couldn't stand her. I did not think it was funny. I didn't think any of it was funny. It was annoying. But I get the appeal now that the music is accompanying the, you know.
I mean, Cardi, she's doing her thing. It's not necessarily my thing, to be honest. I rode on the wave, and then I kind of got sick of it very fast. But I mean, she's doing her thing. You know, shouts out to her. Hopefully, she makes better music in the future. And Nicki Minaj, I hope that she does the same. Let's move on to the other beef that has now been squashed, because Meek Mill and Drake are now buddies.
In the midst of all the white rappers warring and just a beefy year, boss. Drake brings out Meek Mill in Boston on stage to perform Dreams and Nightmares as a special guest, and then after that, a video comes out of them playing ping pong backstage on a Scorpion ping pong table with the Scorpion album title in the font and everything, and these niggas really having fun, like they playing ping pong. Now that is some GOAT shit, really, honestly.
That's 2 out of 2 people that he's had beef with recently. That niggas is just cool with him now. Meek and Joe, because Joe been bigging him up since.
And I think this is really Drake is at a point in his career where I feel like
Kanye too.
I feel like I don't know if he's dead in that right now, but he seemed like he really not giving.
I mean, Kanye is apologizing. Kanye's like definitely ignoring.
He's
that.
He's ignoring.
That's the funny part about this shit.
He like took some shots at him. Then Kanye was like, "Wait, I don't really want these shots." Bro,
you still can't come over.
Down the street from each other.
Yeah, I'm like, you can tweet me all you want.
He's like, I fucked your bitch, Kanye. I fucked your bitch.
That's not been confirmed yet. But
yo, say it ain't so.
Enough Drake, of the unconfirmed sexual intercourse.
but yeah, the whole Meek Drake thing, I'm happy with. I mean, do we think we're gonna see music from them?
Yes. Fuck yeah. Definitely.
It might be on Meek's new album.
Definitely think so.
I think that would be a good moment.
It'd be a great moment
on Meek's new album.
Because this is the thing. This is the thing, yo. What did Drake has had? He said a few things about Meek being locked up and just, you know what I'm saying, when he was locked up, because they had their little beef as far as their differences in music, but
seeing him
locked up, Drake started saying shit. He said something in what was that freestyle, that track with Lil Wayne? Damn, it was to the Jay-Z beat. Damn.
Oh, the freestyle.
The freestyle was on YouTube.
Family Feud.
To the Family Feud beat. Drake was talking about, what did he say? Something about like a sentence from he said, I need my money long like a sentence from a Philly judge. What's the point of niggas beefing when we really blood? But that wasn't the first time he had said something about, you know what I'm saying? So I knew that he was like ready. Drake was been ready to squash it. Honestly, Meek could have came out of jail and been like, fuck you, nigga. He could have. But I don't know if maybe, you know what I'm saying, that's a relationship that they could have been building while he was still locked up. You know what I'm saying? Drake could have been calling him.
I mean, so part of me wonders why, like, Meek, you know, decided to sort of squash the beef. But I feel like it was mostly just like I did that out of anger. I did that out of bitterness. And I'm just not in that place now.
Yeah, it's over. It's like, well, what
like I think niggas get over shit. Like we just
it's really. I think that's true.
Women,
because it's like you beef,
you know,
you do your thing,
let it mellow, scrap it out some more. Like women don't get over stuff, but guys be like, all right, cool. You want it?
Yeah, I mean,
we said our piece.
Yeah, once we shoot the fade, it's over with.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like, but yo. Which is what Vince Staples was saying. I don't know if you've seen Vince Staples. I think it was his Instagram story. He had a whole, or it might have been Snapchat. He was very active on Snapchat when I had Snapchat. But he was like, I think MGK and Eminem just need to squabble up.
Right.
He was just like,
Twitter out there.
He was like, squabbling up is free. He was like, he said meet somewhere. Meet somewhere where they both comfortable, like Whole Foods, you know what I'm saying, and then just shoot the 30. So, but
facts,
that really facts though. It would have been after that. They'd be cool. You know what I'm saying? Diddy and Drake. Puff Daddy, I think he snuck the fuck out of Drake.
That was hilarious.
Them niggas is cool now. It's like, yo, do what you gotta do.
Like Chris Brown and Soulja Boy when that whole boxing ring shit
that
was supposed to happen. They definitely need to do more. Like, I wish it would have went through, but they
Chris
need
Brown
to
winning.
Whole facts. Bloody
oh yeah, Chris Brown has a history of beating people up. So
even bitches. What? No, but they should they should have definitely they should do more of that, but actually pursue like a boxing ring, just where everybody.
I think rappers boxing would actually be very funny.
Did you see? Speaking
of which, I think they should bring back Celebrity Deathmatch.
Did you see
MTV,
the YouTube?
Where you at?
Oh yeah, definitely. Did you see the YouTube stars? I think it was like. I don't know
KSI and Logan Paul or whatever.
Yeah, just like was it Logan Paul or Jake Paul?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they brothers? Which one fucked up? Which one went to the suicide forest? Oh, they both fucked up. Okay, so we don't care. Fuck them, stupid ass. But nah, I mean,
YouTubers should not
squabble up. Just at the end of the day, actually, yeah.
No, squabbling up. I definitely think there should be more.
I don't think you should do it at Fashion Week, but squabble up.
Right. I think that's a good way to end. Did anybody have any more information on that Serena Williams her thing at the Open? I know she lost.
Man, honestly, just from experiencing
That's her name.
Yeah, 20-year-old.
Because this is my thing. It's
and like
I didn't get to watch, but I heard she was playing. Osaka was playing really well.
Yeah, no,
but
she won. Like she deserved to win.
The ump was given.
But yeah, the umpire
bullshit.
was
crazy
the against Serena.
Second 2 calls, because it was three, I think. And the second 2 and the third one that determined the game should have been determined by their skill and not by the ump just being a dickhole.
But he wasn't too off on it though, because Serena's coach came out and said that he was coaching her from the stands.
That's the first one. That's the first call. The second call was the racket break, and the third call was just for her not agreeing with his call. Now my problem with that is men disagree all the time.
Not even that, just anybody else.
And that ump specifically, I don't remember what tennis player it was. A male tennis player had almost the exact same issue with him, expressed it the exact same way, and he did not treat him that way at all. And I think if this wasn't historically how Serena's been treated, we wouldn't even have anything to say. But if we look at it, they've been extremely more critical with everything she has done forever. They always have. So it's like if you weren't doing that before, if you weren't treating her this way before, if there weren't other examples of treating black women more harshly in predominantly white spaces, we wouldn't really have anything to say. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, like, you don't think this looks a little strange to you? You don't think it looks weird? You know what I'm saying? That white males, the things that they do aren't penalized the same, aren't looked at the same.
Right.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. When I'm on the soccer field watching Dom, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching Dom, his last Brockport game, and they gave him a yellow card for a no contact play. He went to slide, he missed. He missed a slide tackle. He didn't hit ball, he didn't hit a player. Boom, yellow card.
Yellow,
right off the gate. Dom had only been in. He had just got in. He had just got in. Okay, there was no contact.
There was no yellow card since we got there.
Exactly.
We was there from like
now
15 minutes in.
Another player on the team straight up bodied somebody. Warning. So Dom didn't get a warning. He got a yellow card for no contact. Now I'm looking at that like there's only 2 black kids on this field right now, and both of them are being treated. Both of them have bullshit ass calls on them right now, and I find it strange, especially because that game was determined by a PK because one of who were they playing? Was it RIT? One of them flopped in the box.
He might have got pushed, but the thing was, the whole game was physical.
The whole game, and all of a sudden, it's a
mostly
call.
By RIT.
He didn't make no calls on RIT. And he didn't make no call on them
boys
when they were doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then what killed me too, you watching the kid got his hands in there.
Earlier, they took away a goal from Brockport because of
exactly.
Being extra.
So you can make your calls, sure, but when it starts to look like you're making calls that are determining the game. Your call, not the players anymore. They're not playing anymore. Now they're playing against you too.
And you're making the calls on one side but not the other, and you're wondering, what's the difference? What's the bias? And there is.
And let's not even beat around the bush. They hate Serena.
Oh yeah,
they hate her. They hate how dominant she is, and they hate how black she is. They hate how unapologetic she is.
Did you hear about the drug that Sharapova was using that got her banned for 2 years? They said it was once used for Soviet super soldiers.
Jesus Christ.
Niggas on Twitter was saying that she was trying to become the Winter Soldier to be Serena.
Jesus Christ.
That is crazy.
And Serena is just crazy. Pure black excellence. And so is Osaka. I'll say that too.
And
side note, isn't that Tyler the Creator's last name?
No. That's Okoma.
Okoma, but he's also Japanese.
I mean, I guess it's Debbie Dad. We don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's.
But I feel like it's so sad because this young lady, she won. Even though it was with some calls, she was still doing a phenomenal job.
Right.
And
so you guys feel like it was well deserved?
I think
it was deserved. Yes, but
it was close, and Serena could have done something better. Like could have came back, but she was already losing. Like.
I just feel like Serena is playing against the players. She's playing against everybody. She's playing against everybody. She's playing against the public. She's playing against the She's, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is up against her. That's the way I see it, honestly. If it, especially in the French Open specifically, like when I look at, you know what I'm saying, players in America, in predominantly American sports, or just, you know what I'm saying, American leagues, I don't usually say things like that because it's like some of these refs are just garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. Like if I look at the NBA, you know what I'm saying? I don't really have a lot of problems. I don't think the NBA has a huge like bad call problem. But you don't look at, you know what I'm saying, those players and go, you know what I'm saying, like, wow, they're just actively trying to take down LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LeBron is making money for the whole NBA, for the whole franchise. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's excited to see him play. Everybody's excited to see good players be good, right? But when you get to like the you know what I'm saying, the international level, when you get to the, you know what I'm saying, when you get to the world level of sports, and it's like they're sick of seeing a black woman be on top, straight up. They don't like it. Don't front. You know what I'm saying? You can't front about it. You could tell. You could tell because every chance they get, they criticize something about her. They treated Michelle Obama the same way. Every chance they got,
it's like they can't even have a pimple.
Exactly. They're like, yo, like when you're not white, you got to be twice as good. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna criticize her more straight up. So
and this is what, and you know, and we're not scared of it. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep doing it, just like Nike said. We're gonna keep being excellent. We're gonna keep dripping out here. We're gonna keep fucking these bitches. Just like ASAP said, we young. We gonna be rich.
Shit that I feel like,
and I'm just saying
to you,
because that's not what's going on over there. Sidebar. The Nike thing, you know what I'm saying, the Hoteps are really mad about the Nike thing because they're like, yo, Nike's just making money off niggas. Like, y'all don't understand that they're just doing this for publicity, da-da-da. And I'm like, so? I don't know what that... Hoteps are just the maddest niggas on Facebook. Because first of all, they all on Facebook. and I don't understand. I don't understand these niggas. Like, of course, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's an opportunity for Nike to get more money. Is there a negative effect, though? No? Then shut the fuck up.
I mean, because, well, so the thing is, it's like, I mean, Hoteps are a whole different breed, bro. They're so funny, but it's I can understand the idea of, and this is like, I have a personal view of it too. Like, I like to see black faces in high places,
of course,
and I mean, obviously, because we're on top right now. But I also can recognize that nuts in those.
I don't know, man.
I'm about to eat a chocolate on air.
Chocolate out of my pocket.
I'm about to eat a chocolate on air. Hopefully, there's no nuts. But the thing is, pause. But I think that
you're allergic to nuts. You don't have to say pause. If I would have to say pause because I'm not allergic to nuts.
But I'm thinking that that seeing representation doesn't necessarily fix all of like the political problems that, you know, are going on in society right now. And I think that's sort of the problem, like sort of the whole point is that, like, you know, racism doesn't get fixed by Kaepernick, you know, being sponsored by Nike. But I don't think that, you know, is necessarily like the point. Right. I think that Kaepernick's you know, exaltation or his praise is just sort of like a Pepsi commercial way of saying it's rewarding the fact that he stood up for something that was right. He got penalized for it, but we're not going to let that stop his action.
Right. The Hoteps were mad at everything. They were mad at Black Panther. They were like, yo, you gonna go see Black Panther, just gonna put more money in the white man's pockets. I'm like, okay, but it's also gonna create more jobs for black people in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay, you know what I'm saying, for white-owned industries to support black people, even if it was only for their own benefit. You know what I'm saying? if black people are getting more jobs, if black people are getting hired, if the image of black people, you know what I'm saying, is in our control more than it was before, it's worth it. Why are you complaining? You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole Colin Kaepernick thing is just so funny because he's done something sort of simple. He wasn't the only player to kneel. You know what I'm saying? But it's turned into like almost a year and a half worth of conversation.
And this is because, and really it's because this is not even 10% of what it could be and of what it was when black people were really pissed off and black people were really unified. Everybody says it, but it's so true, and we can see it in so many different ways every single day that niggas like these white people are scared of us. They don't want to see us unified. They don't want to see us winning. And that's why these cops are out here, and that's why these politicians are out here, and that's why these execs are trying their best to divide the people and create division. Because if black people are really unified, if we really have a clear goal of what we want to see done, there's no stopping us. We have the fire, we have the culture, we have the art, we have the soul, and we have the strength to persevere, to get it done. So they want us to focus on the ratchet and focus on the distractions that they're putting forth, so that we don't really see what's going on behind the scenes. But the thing is, we still have the strength to persevere and to push on, and that's why people like Kaepernick can't be stopped. 100%.
Can't be stopped. Won't be stopped. So I mean, honestly, regardless of them, increasing in profit, shout out Nike.
And the design is just good. I mean, they're really their marketing is just strong right now.
No,
they're just killing it.
They're killing it.
And I can't hate on objective.
Because literally before the Kaepernick ad, we were talking about the Serena ad that had tears in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm just like,
Nike's just going insane.
They're good messages. They're good messages told with the right role models, because they could have warped it and told the same message with a different person, but they chose the right person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be mad that they chose the right person. Straight up, facts.
Serena, think LeBron gonna get one?
He better. Honestly, LeBron better, because LeBron's in the same boat. He's doing good. He's doing something that is good, and people are picking it apart to, to minimize what he's done. You know what I'm saying? Despite those people not doing anything. Because it's funny. It's so funny when you get on Twitter, right? The same people who, when we are on Twitter, or when people are protesting in the streets, even the same people who, when people protest in the streets, they're like, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. You're not actually doing anything but crying. What are you going to accomplish, right? But then somebody like LeBron accomplishes something. He puts his money where his mouth is and makes a public school, you know what I'm saying, to get people educated. You know what I'm saying? To get to the root of the issues that white people claim are the real issues. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you don't get to talk about police brutality because gang violence, right? Okay, LeBron, you know what I'm saying, he puts a school in place. And what do those people do? They're like, he only donated this much. Okay, if he only put in this much. And then all you have to do is read a little bit. If he puts too much of his own money into the school, it becomes a private school. It has to be a public school. It has to be partially publicly funded. There's a percentage that has to stay in place for it to be a public school, so that it can be more inclusive and more kids can go. Straight up, right? So the same people who don't want us to be in the streets protesting, they don't want us to be on Twitter, they don't want us to do this, you know what I'm saying? But when the people in power, the people with money, are actually doing the right thing with their money to really influence change, they're still going to criticize. You know what I'm saying? Kaepernick can kneel at the game, and they don't like that, but they ignore everything else he does outside of that.
Exactly.
So they don't actually care what we're actually trying to do. They don't give a damn. They just don't want to be bothered, or they just don't want to see it. Straight up. But you're gonna see it. The revolution is being televised.
100%. 100%. The revolution will be televised. It will be streaming on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube. And subscribe to TCO on air.
Subscribe to TCO on air. Follow us at TCO on air. And follow me at Sentai Gold.
Follow me at Slick Shola, coming soon. That's 2 Ks.
You ain't gotta follow me.
Follow him at what is it?
Rock the Anbu.
The Anbu, ANB.
Yo, Free
State underscore in there. Fuck underscores. Get rid of that. No underscore. Bet.
No underscore.
Free State is still here in the building. Follow him at DJ Free State.
Underscore RLE.
CNT from Orlando. You already know.
Get rid of the underscore. Or I swear to God. I haven't talked about this. Regardless, neither here nor here. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? I'm double SG. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with the squad. I'm here with TCO. You know what I'm saying? We on air. This is episode 2. What are we calling this?
We're calling this Fallen Idols.
Fallen Idols? That's a little dramatic. I don't want to say they're fallen.
Rest in peace, idols.
Squabble up. Squabble up. Or all right, let's vote.
Rest in peace, creators. Because we rest in peace, M. Rest in peace, Matt.
They're falling out. They're falling. I'm saying because it works both ways, bro. Because they're fallen idols, literally and metaphorically as well, bro.
You ready for this? It all falls down. Oh, there we go.
That's why this nigga's a genius.
That's why it's me.
Double SG is called super genius.
It's not even my final form.
Oh shit!
Like I said, I'm Sentai Gold. I got Shola. I got Rock. I got DJ Free State, and we are on air.